Good morning, Bill. Good morning, Bill. Morning, Bill. How are you here already? I don't even have like a ding on my phone. How are you here already? Is there a ding on my phone? There's not even a ding on my phone yet saying the show started. How the hell are you already here, Bill? Like, maybe I won't get a ding. Sometimes I get a ding, sometimes I don't. I guess. I don't know. Good morning, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It's great to stay up late. Good morning. Good morning to you. To you and you and you. Good morning. Good morning. I should know the words to that song if I'm going to sing it. Good morning to JW. Good morning to Shy. I saw HB show up as well. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. Morning, Laura. Good morning, Rodman. Good morning, friends. Where's my ding at? Hold on. Let me try something here. I'm going to check something out. Check something out real quick. Wow, that's awkward to be like looking at myself and then looking at the thing and then looking at myself and then looking at the thing and then looking at myself and then looking at the thing and then looking at my... Okay. Oh. Good morning. I gotta get my phone out anyhow. We got a thing to hold on. Hold on. Alright, there we go. I got the phone. Don't worry, guys. You know what? We're having a great day. We're having a great day already, okay? We're having a great day. It's already, everything's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be... Good morning, Cleanie. Good morning, Herbie. Good morning. No, I was looking at my phone and I was like, you know what I mean? Like, you know where you're taking a picture and good morning to the Waz. Good morning, Catzilla. Good morning, friends. And where you kind of get like caught in the warp, where you're like, oh wow, in the background, and then, like you look up and I think the very first time I ever saw it was like a Nightmare on Elm Street part two, I think. Or is it one with Depp? Whichever one. Which Friday? It's not Friday. That's Jason. It's not Halloween. It's Michael. It's Nightmare. It's Freddy. And they had like the in the background. Anyhow, I don't know. What's going on? Good morning, friends. What's going on? Good morning, friends. Look, I gotta tell you, according to Puxatawny Phil, we got 6 more weeks of winter coming up. Okay? Dear Phil, why don't you go fill off real quick? Hold on. Hold on. You know what you didn't know? Here's what you didn't know. I didn't know. I found this out today, and so we're gonna learn about this. If you go to Groundhog Day, someone that already apparently bought the groundhogday.com. So go to Groundhog Day, not dash as in like DASH, but the hyphen dash, the dash. And you'll find that there are 85 different weather forecasting prognosticators in total. 85. According to groundhog-day.com. Including Punxsutawney Phil, I was gonna have you people. I was gonna see who can spell it correctly, without using an N or an X, and I thought maybe that was gonna be a little rude. Because you're like, what? We have Puxatawny Phil. Actually, I just found out like a neat tidbit. We'll get to that. Okay, we'll get to that. We have Octorero Orphe. What? We have Octorero Orphe. Let's see if we can. Yeah, let's go. Let's go by region here. Alabama has 3 prognosticators. Alberta, Canada has 1. British Columbia has 2. California has 1. Chuck Wood. His prognostication, pending, still waiting. Colorado has 2. Connecticut has 3, including Chuckles the Groundhog. Prediction, early spring. Chuckles the Groundhog. Punxsutawney Phil, by the way, prediction, 6 more weeks of this crap. So far, I like Chuckles the Groundhog a little bit better. District of Columbia has Potomac Phil. Florida, 1. Georgia, 2. Idaho, Boise Bill. Idaho, Boise Bill. Prediction pending. Come on, Boise. Get it together, Boise. Illinois, 3 prognosticators. Indiana, 2 prognosticators, including but also limited to Charles Winchester, also known as Chuck, and Hope the Groundhog. Predictions split. Predictions split. Iowa has 1. Manitoba, 1. What's Canada doing with our groundhogs? Maryland has 1. Massachusetts, 1. Michigan, we have Woody the Woodchuck. Early spring. Thank you, Woody. We need to get just melt this down. Can we? Nebraska. I didn't know this. A lot of you know that I have a little bit of history with Nebraska. We have Unadilla Billy. Unadilla Billy says early spring. Thank you, Unadilla Billy. Let's look up at Unadilla Billy. Unadilla Billy resides in Unadilla, Nebraska, and is a taxidermied lady groundhog, already dead, stuffed, filled lady groundhog, who makes an annual Groundhog Day prediction for the town of Unadilla, Nebraska. Billy is a novice groundhog, the successor to longtime prognosticator Unadilla Bill, who predicted the arrival of spring from 1988 to the pandemic year of 2021. Billy is relishing her new role, writing poetic predictions. Remember, she is a dead, stuffed groundhog. And taking selfies with fans. Billy is a master of camouflage, able to blend in with her surroundings and remain perfectly still in just about any urban setting. Last year, prediction, early spring. This year, trying to follow up on a solid year with a new early spring prediction. Unadilla Billy, Nebraska. Continuing on with our prognostication list here. Nevada has 1. New Jersey, 2. New York, a lot. Hold on. We've got Dunkirk Dave, Malvern Mel, Staten Island Chuck. Staten Island Chuck predicted early spring. Thank you, Staten Island. Holtzville Hal, Buffalo Bert, Cluxatawny Henrietta, I'm sorry, and Alan McButterpants. Let's learn a little bit more about Alan McButterpants. Alan McButterpants predicted an early spring. Thank you, Alan. He's a groundhog mascot and ambassador of the Evelyn Alexander Wildlife Rescue Center in Hampton Bays, New York. If you're looking to rescue a groundhog, head to the Evelyn Alexander Wildlife Rescue Center in Hampton Bays, New York. Alan has mobility issues, which means he can't be released back into the wild. You ever see a groundhog on a razor scooter? It's pretty wild already. I wouldn't want to. You don't want that out in the forest. So he spends his time on training and exercise, which help keep him in tip-top shape for his annual prognostication. Alan is a bit of a health nut, following a clean vegetarian diet of leafy greens, carrots, beets, and tomatoes. If I ever hear of a groundhog with an omnivorous diet, I want to know what we're feeding that groundhog. Did you know that groundhogs, the use of groundhogs, came from Germany? German immigrants came in, those German immigrants. And they, in their way back in the way, used badgers. They went looking for badgers, and all they found were these little woodchuck groundhog people, and they were like, I guess we're going to use the groundhogs. It's called Punxsutawney Phil, though, huh? Alan is also keen on yoga and meditation, which contributes to his very calm and easygoing personality. I feel like I just read Alan's dating profile there. I gotta swipe right to see Alan's prediction. Thank you, Alan. So that was New York. Continuing on, North Carolina has 5, Nova Scotia 3. Of all places to have 3, I would expect Nova Scotia to have 3. Ohio has 4. Ontario has, not to be outdone by Nova Scotia, 6. Oregon has 1, Stumptown Phil. They spell Phil F-I-L. Stumptown Phil, Oregon. Pennsylvania has, oh, crap, we're going to go through the list here, okay? Pennsylvania's got a lot, so let's go through the list here. We've got, I didn't know this, all right? This is blowing my mind right now. Punxsutawney Phil, okay? Duh. Octoraro Orphe. Snoggledoll Sammy. Look, come on. If we're just making names up, come on, this will make... Poor Richard. Grover and Sue. Dover Doug. Lawrenceville Lucy. We'll look at their predictions here in a minute here. I just want to get through the list. Mountjoy Minnie. Patty Pagoda. Tanikum Tim. I think I said that correctly. If I didn't, I don't live there. Okay. Harleysville Hank. Mount Gretna Grady. M.T. Parker. Poppy the Groundhog. And Elliot the Groundhog. Let's Let's see where Elliot the Ground. Let's learn a little bit about Elliot the Groundhog. Elliot's adorable, by the way. I don't want to. You're gonna have to look it up. But it's in 2025 this year. Elliot predicted 6 more weeks of this crap. Thanks, Elliot. Elliot the Groundhog is an educational ambassador. Our first ambassador. With Acorn Acres Wildlife Rehabilitation in Millersville, Pennsylvania. After shadowing his big sister Poppy, well, apparently, I guess Poppy and Elliot are brother and sister. Oh, I didn't know. After shadowing, that's cute. That's really, after shadowing his big sister Poppy, Elliot took over her prognosticating duties for the first time in 2024, last year. Departing from the more traditional shadow technique, Elliot uses the treat method to make his prediction. He gets 2 identical treat dishes. One says spring and the other winter. Whichever bowl Elliot eats from is his own prediction. Elliot is a bit of a sartorialist and has been known to wear a miniature tuxedo for special occasions. I didn't know I was going to be reading. I didn't know I was going to be reading actual writing for Groundhog descriptions. Me going, we got a lot to go through. We had 85. Pennsylvania has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, I guess. Elliot, Poppy, Elliot. We'll go with 16. Quebec, 1. Texas, 2. BK Bob. Big Al. Those are your 2 from Texas. Virginia, 2. Washington, 2. West Virginia, 2. Wisconsin, 2. Wyoming, 1. Now, here's the thing about this this list of groundhog prognosticators. And they say alternative groundhogs are also involved and attached to this list. I'll tell you. North Carolina, you have one of your prognosticators, and I'm going to spell this so I don't say it out loud and say this wrong. Pisgah. Pisgah. Please don't write it down. I don't know if it's Piper. Pisg. I don't know how to say that correctly. Is there like a umlaut in my mid? I don't know. I don't know how to Pisgah. I swear it's a Pisgah. Piper is a white tree squirrel. North Carolina is really messing around here. All right, not even a groundhog, making me question the way I say things with a white tree squirrel. The official ambassador and White Squirrel Day prognosticator for Brevard, North Carolina. Piper succeeds Pisgah Penny, who retired from making predictions after 2024. Piper is sight impaired due to an accidental tumble out of a tree, but she works twice. Oh, I saw an edit that needs to happen. I saw an edit. Get into this. But she works twice as hard as most groundhogs. She's an oracle. She's blind. predicting the winner of the Spring Bowl as well as the oncoming spring. Or winner of the Super Bowl, sorry. Winner of the Super Bowl. Who needs grumpy groundhog when you can have a beautiful white squirrel that not only predicts spring's arrival, but the winner of the Super Bowl? Asks White Squirrel Day Master of Ceremonies, Don DiBiase. I don't know what she's predicting. I don't care about the Super Bowl this year. She could have been predicting like, I don't. Okay, I'm not even going to get into that. I just don't care, alright? I cared more about the flag football game yesterday than I care about the Super Bowl coming up, okay? Whatever, I don't care. And if I just started like a little Twitter, twatter, like spitter, chitter, chatter, war here, get after it. We're going to talk about war here in a minute. But 85 different prognosticators there's 86 different prognosticators, actually. I don't know if you guys understand. Because apparently there's a lobster in Ferndale, Michigan lobster. I'm kind of somewhere. Detroit, I guess. There's a lobster somewhere near Detroit that will also predict the weather. From Derek Anderson, the lobster. I'm the lobster. Hold on. Six more weeks. Okay, that's done. The big ceremony for it. Big ceremony. Alright. Now that we're done. Now that we're I watched the ceremony for Punxsutawney Phil yesterday, and ridiculous. Absolutely. Maybe just silly. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I went outside and I picked up the snow. That was really silly. Morning, everyone. I'm glad you guys are here. Thanks for learning about some silly groundhogs. I didn't know that we had groundhogs going on. I didn't know. Jesus Christ, in Australia, do you guys have kind of prognosticating animals? Like, do you have camels? You know what I mean? Like Herbie the Hump or something. I don't know what the hell you guys have. What do you guys have? I've always wondered, weather forecasting groundhogs. It's silly. Skippy. You do not have Skippy. Also, where are you in Australia? Are you anywhere near Queensland? Are you near the epic flooding going on? The bush kangaroo? Well, okay, I can see the bush kangaroo. You're in the west? You're not in Queensland? Okay. Just wondering. Where are you? And there's some epic flooding going on in Australia. And Just, I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, hey, I think we know some people in Australia. Jesus Christ, it says he's about 100 kilometers way outside of Perth. Okay. He's on the coast. Nice. He's on the coast. The Waz, how you doing, my friend? Good morning to the Waz. The Waz, he sent me a text the other day. He's like, I keep getting text messages from the weed place that I went to that one time that I visited you, like, remember, like, 4 years ago? And I was like, yeah, well, you can always just text them stop. And he's like, no, it's good to have friends. I was like, well, it's just a text message. And he's like, no, I just want you to know, like, it reminds me of the time that you and I were friends that one time. And I was like, oh, wow, that was really sweet, thank you. He's like, yeah, I should probably visit that place. They got some good deals going. Like, he's willing to visit the place that he's getting random text messages from instead of like, hey, I should come see you. No. You know what? 30% off my friendship. How about that? Maybe that'll get you in through the door. 30% off. 30% off of, like, me being a nice guy. So silly, it's so goofy. I love you guys. Whatever gets the hug, right? Boy, the stock market on hugs is really dropping these days, isn't it? The Watt says, maybe I'll let you win at chess. No, man. Nope. I'm not good at things, okay? I'm not. I'm cocky. I'm a bookcase. And I wear a Bucky outfit. And so anytime I can be good at anything, and if I can rub your nose in it a little bit too, like especially if like everyone around you, it's just like, what are you doing over here? What's going on? Like if I can like croon it up a little bit, you know I'm gonna. Come on. I had one time, this one guy I was texting. It was like way back in the way, early times of Facebook, and I was really starting to figure out like how much of an a-hole I can be, that I can get away with. Turns out not much. People don't like a-holes, but I was learning, and I had this one guy. He was calling me out on me being so flamboyantly arrogant and egotistical, and I was like, have you met me? I texted him that. I remember I felt proud that I hit send on that. Have you met me? Don't you know who I am? This is me. I'm boisterous and absolutely, I'll get taken down a peg, no problem. So I love my friends that play into that. So thank you guys. Let's hey, I love you guys. Let's do this, yeah? Let's do that. What is that? I don't know what that was. That was some kind of Christmas thing? Let's just get this done and then I was gonna do cards, but then the Groundhog thing took a long time. And we got a lot of the book to cover. We got a long section to come up and cover. So let's just do it, yeah? Let's just do it. Let's do it. You want to get it done? Do it. You want to do it? Come on, let's just do it. Alright, let's get it done. What even is that? What? It's like a thing with the... Oh, man. Alright, so... Let's just do it. You want to do it? You want to clean some up? I don't even know what that is. That's one wicked clog. That is a wicked clog. Let's see if I can... Yeah, that's a wicked clog. Alright, let's get there. Alright. Wicked clog. We'll do this and then we'll jump into the book. We'll get into I was gonna do cards, but Groundhog. And turns out there's still snow outside, but it's gonna be like the warmest day of the year, so all that snow is gonna turn into a puddle of ice that's gonna freeze over. I don't think we're gonna have freezing temperatures for like the next day or two, but oh my god, I'm not happy. I don't like walking in all of this. right, let's do it. 3, 2. I know, right? I usually do like the whole thing. I usually do, but what I've learned is a technique called sequential cleaning of the sequential. Uh, um, it's like when you're tightening the lug nuts on a tire, right? And so you can't do the whole we'll call it a bowl. You can't do the whole bowl. You got to do it in a sequence, and so you start 1, 2, 3, and or else you're just a greedy pot smoker, and we don't want that. Oh, we gotta do the last one, obviously. All right, we can't just have like a clogged, alternator just sitting around, laughing at us in the face and being like, "Remember that one time when you couldn't clear the alternator?" Like, we're gonna get it cleaned and we're gonna unclog it. This is what we're doing. This is what. Okay, let's just smoke this shit. What I meant to say is that's how you make caramello chocolates. Well, yes, they call you caramello. And that is how they make caramello chocolates. I'll be damned. I didn't know. Quite the process. Quite sequential unclogging caramello. All right. I love you guys so much. So, let's just do this. We're going to jump into the book. We got the politics book. We got to learn where we came from in order to figure out why we're here. If anybody gets political while we're learning about politics, you're in the way. Moderators, you don't have to do anything if you don't want to. You can if you need to, though. Keep that in mind. We're gonna learn about this. It's historical mostly. If anything ever leans left or right, hopefully I can heckle us into the center or out of the situation entirely. So, what we're gonna learn, we're gonna keep repeating the word no. KNOW. That's our resolution this year, is we're going to know more. We're going to say no more. All right. Last week, we started off with Confucius. Confuzi. He was a Chinese royal court. He hung out with all the ministers and such. Like, and he basically like wrote ways for the emperor to act according to learned ways that ministers of art, culture, and science and finance and what would convey to him. So knowledge was important. The art of war is of vital importance to the state. Sun Tzu. In the late 6th century BCE, China was reaching the end of an era of peaceful prosperity, the so called Spring and Autumn period. That's when Confucius flourished, in which philosophers had flourished. I gotta quit reading that. Much of the thinking had focused on moral philosophy or ethics, and the political philosophy that followed from this concentrated on the morally correct way that the state should organize its internal affairs. The culmination of this came with Confucius's, I never know how to do the as possessive as sound, especially on a name like Confucius. So Confucius, integration of traditional virtues into a hierarchy led by a sovereign, an emperor, and administered by a bureaucracy of scholars, him and his buddies. Toward the end of the spring and autumn period, however, the political stability of the various states of China became fragile, and tensions between them increased as populations grew. Rulers of the states not only had to manage their internal affairs, but also to defend themselves against attack from neighboring states. In this atmosphere, military advisors became as important as the civil bureaucrats, and military strategy began to inform political thinking. The most influential work on the subject was The Art of War, believed to have been written by Sun Tzu, a general in the army of the king of Wu. The opening passage reads, "The art of war is of vital importance to the state. It is a matter of life and death, a road either to safety or to ruin. Hence, it is a subject of inquiry which can on no account be neglected." Wow. This marked a distinct break from the political philosophy of the time, and Sun Tzu's work was perhaps the first explicit statement that war and military intelligence are critical elements of the business of the state. Think about it real quick before we go on. Think about it. When you're in war, what do? You gang up, you group up, you call them out, you call them up, you roll up. You become a group. Brothers, sisters in arms. You go towards one objective. And you hit that objective, you come back, and now you can go home. The organization of an army, way better sometimes than the organization of a lemonade stand. You know? You can go conquer a lemonade stand a lot better than you can run a lemonade stand, is what I'm saying. The art of war deals with the practicalities of protecting and maintaining the prosperity of the state. Where previous thinkers had concentrated on the structure of civil society, this treatise focuses on international politics, discussing public administration only in connection with the business of planning and waging wars, or the economics of maintaining military and intelligence services. Sun Tzu's detailed description of the art of war has been seen as providing a framework for political organization of any sort. Maybe, okay. He gives a list of the principles of war that are to be considered when planning a campaign. In addition to practical matters such as weather and terrain, the list includes the moral influence of the ruler, the ability and qualities of the general, and the organization and discipline of the men. Implicit in these principles of war is a hierarchical structure with the sovereign at its head, a leader, a ruler, emperor, taking advice from and giving commands to his generals, who lead and organize their troops. The mafia. For Sun Tzu, the role of the sovereign is to provide moral leadership. The people must be convinced that their cause is just before they will give their support, and the ruler should lead by example. This was an idea that Sun Tzu shared with Confucius. I mean, if we're going to treat them like the burning sun, they better burn bright, you know what I'm saying? Like the bureaucrat of civil society, the general acts as both advisor to the ruler and administrator of his commands. Unsurprisingly, Sun Tzu places great emphasis or emphasis on the qualities of the general, describing him as the bulwark, Bulwark. Probably one of the more awkward words in the English language. So really interesting that Sun Tzu back in ancient China would also have the word bulwark. Describing the general, unsurprisingly, as the bulwark of the state. His training and experience inform the counsel he gives the sovereign, effectively determining policy, but they're also vital to the organization of the army. Well, this is what we're doing over here, if you want to do what we're doing. At the head of the chain of command, he controls the logistics, and especially the training and discipline of the men. The art of war recommends that discipline be rigorously enforced with harsh penalties for disobedience, but that this should be tempered by a consistent application of rewards and punishments. Treats, sometimes, you know. While this description of a military hierarchy mirrored the structure of Chinese society, the art of war was much more innovative in its recommendations for international politics. Like many generals before and since, Sun Tzu believed that the purpose of the military was to protect the state and ensure its welfare. We're not just doing this to be the war, military. We're doing it because you guys need protection. And that war should always be a last resort. We're good at what we do. We just don't want to have to do it. And if we have to do it, we're going to show you. This is how we're going to do it. A good general should know when to fight and when not to fight, remembering that an enemy's resistance can often be broken without armed conflict. Major flinch. A general should first try to thwart the enemy's plans. Failing that, he should defend against attack. And only failing that should he launch an offensive. To avoid the necessity for war, Sun Tzu advocated maintaining a strong defense and forming alliances with neighboring states. Since a war is harmful to both sides, it often makes sense to come to a peaceful agreement, or a peaceful settlement. Prolonged campaigns, especially tactics such as laying siege to an enemy city, are such a drain on resources that their cost often outweighs the benefits of victory. We're going to outlast you, but God, this is going to suck for both of us. The sacrifices that have to be made by the people put a strain on their loyalty to the moral justness of the cause. The key to stable international relationships, argues Sun Tzu, is intelligence, which was then the responsibility of the military. Spies, provide vital information on a potential enemy's intentions and capabilities, allowing the generals who command the spies to advise the ruler on the likelihood of victory in the event of conflict. I'm gonna have to hit you, but if I do, are you gonna flinch? Like, how much do I have to, like, I just wanna make them flinch. I'm really good at hitting people. Along the same lines, Sun Tzu goes on to explain that the next most important element in this information warfare is deception. By feeding misinformation to the enemy about defenses, such as clips of slap fighting. For example, war can often be averted. There's no way I want to get slap fought. He also advised against what he saw as the folly of attempting to destroy an enemy in battle. Seriously, have you seen some of these slap fights? They're insane. This decreased the rewards that could be gained from the victory. Like, for real, the other people get hit before, and unless you're like the lucky one hitter and it's like you don't have to take a hit, you're probably going to have to take a hit. Both the goodwill of any defeated soldiers and the wealth of any territory gained. Underlying the very practical advice in the art of war is a traditional cultural foundation based on moral values of justice, appropriateness, and moderation. Always wear your ball cap backwards and praise Stallone. It states that military tactics, international politics, and war exist to uphold these values and should be conducted in accordance with them. Look, if you want to praise the Stallone, you gotta have a slap fight, alright? And it's all in the name of Stallone. Alright. The state, I don't actually think Stallone supports slap fighting. I'm just making this up, and I apologize. The state exercises its military capability to punish those, don't punish me, that harm or threaten it from outside. I don't know anything. Just as it uses the law to punish criminals within it. Have you seen me? I can't slap anything. When done in a morally justifiable way, the state is rewarded by happier people, unslapped, and the acquisition of territory and wealth. You want to sit here? Yeah, sure. You can sit here. No problem. The Art of War became an influential text among the rulers, generals, and ministers of the various states in the struggle for a unified Chinese empire. It was later an important influence on the tactics of revolutionaries, including Mao Zedong and Ho Chi Minh. It is now required reading at many military academies and is often included as a text in courses on politics, business, and economics. 2 quotes. If you know both yourself and your enemy, you can win 100 battles without jeopardy. A leader leads by example, not by force. Nice. The Art of War. I didn't know some of that. Goofballs, we got a hold of an instruction manual, basically. We got a hold of an army instruction manual that Sun Tzu was like showing off to the emperor, like, hey, this is how we do it. And someone else is like, hey, let me see that. And they're like, oh, wow. Hey, I bet I wonder if I applied this to my farm, would I be able to, and they produced, more bushels of whatever they were, like, oh, wow. I wonder if I applied this to, like, big box store economics, would that work? And it turns out it would, weirdly. Wow, if I applied, you know what I mean? Like the Art of War. Who knew? Economics. From way back. Love you guys. Politics is goofy. But they're still dealing with, way back, they're still dealing with the morality and ethics of one person or one institution, which is the emperor or the leader. I can't think of the word that they were using. The sovereign. That's what it is. The godhead, if you will. Um, and so like it's kind of hard to preach to anybody but the godhead because like all the rest of the people are like they're way too busy working, they're way too busy like making things happen, anyhow. um Eventually we'll get to uh you know you and me so happy to get, you know what I mean. It's gonna take a while. State politics is gonna take a while to get to. We're still trying to figure out like, should we have a crown on the head of our rulers, you know. So, all right, that's fun. Let's get out of here. Do you want to get? I don't want to get out of here. I kind of want to do one prediction. Kind of want to do like I need one prediction from the lobster somewhere near Detroit. So let's do one prediction. Who should I do the prediction for? I kind of feel like maybe just do like a global 3 card. I think I should do that. Let's just do like a global 3 card reading, and then we'll head at it. We'll see what the lobster near Detroit has to say. So we're gonna use the actual cards and the book, which means we got to do this somewhat legit. I do a 3 card reading, which is kind of like a then, now, and later, or like where you been, how where you been, where you at, and what are we gonna do about it, kind of a thing. I also don't believe any of this is true, but it's a lot of fun. I've got the book that came with these cards, which I've had for a couple years. Like this box is, it's great. I love these cards. These are great cards. It's the Rider Tarot deck. So we'll do a 3 card reading, but for everyone. But let's see if we can pick which pile to read from. So we've got 1, 2, 3. Which pile? I want you all to just scroll me numbers real quick here, and we'll see if we can pick out. We've got 1 so far, and we've got 3. We've got 1. We've got 2. All right, keep them coming. We've got 3. We've got 1. We've got 3. So far, we've got 1 in the lead by maybe like 1 or 2. I'm not sure. We've got 5. All right, Michael, you're done. All right, Married, we've got 2. Notorious, we've got 3. All right, we've got a couple more. Let me find a couple more. 5. That'll be for the next reading. It's a 5 will transfer into probably a 2. We got a 4. Classic. Okay, we've got a couple of comedians, comedians going on here. All right, I see what's going on. You know what? We're gonna pick 2. What? Yeah, I know. It's the one that everybody least picked, and nobody picked 2, so I'm gonna pick 2. Thank you guys. So we picked 2. All right, you guys are silly. In the spirit of trying not to set people's houses on fire, if a card is upside down, we'll turn it right side up, and we'll gain the benefits of the card instead of worrying about whether or not I killed Shy Introvert again. So all of this to say, please get well, Shy. All right. Card number 1, 5 of cups. I'm not starting off very strong here. All right, this is where we got where we were. Okay. I know I'm not gonna look up the card, but I can kind of tell you what the card is all about. The card, you're basically crying over spilt milk. All right, and you're forgetting. You're looking at there's 3 cups spilt in front of you, and you got 2 cups standing behind you. You either don't care about the 2 cups standing behind you, or you don't care about the 3 cups spilt in front of you. But what the hell? You got a mess to clean up. You got stuff to pick up. You got stuff to, like, protect. Like, what the... Quit knocking things over. You got to protect the other 2 things now. You got to worry about that. But we're not worrying. No, we're stuck in the, oh, woe is me. What got knocked over? No, pick it up. Look at that. What is that, molasses? You can save some of that. I don't think there's anything molassesy in there. What a good word, molasses. But, like, you know, like, there's a bridge. You just go pick your stuff up and go back home. What are you doing with cups of stuff out in the wild? Get your stuff back home, and then maybe you won't be spilling it. Well, I wanted to go have a picnic. There's ants out there. There's animals out trying to... There's hoodlums out there cooking cups of stuff over. Stay home. Picnic out in the wild. Alright, so that's what we're coming home from a picnic. Okay. Alright. Quit worrying about your stuff. Alright, here we go. Card number 2. The 10 of Pentacles is this side here. The 10 of Pentacles. I think this is... Look at all the stuff you got at home. Wow! Remember I said, quit going outside? What are you doing? I'm basically telling you guys, if the Hermit card comes up, I don't know, but if the Hermit card comes up, number 3, please don't quit your jobs. 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles. 10 of... None of this is true. I'm not trying to tell you to quit your jobs. Alright? 10 of Pentacles. A man and woman beneath an archway which gives entrance to a house and domain. See, I told you. Go home. I told you. Gain, riches, family matters, archives, extraction, the abode of a family. Archives. You're not going to spill cups of anything at home. I mean, you might have to, you know, clean up a spill, you know, but you're not going to be, like, out in the wild, you know, you're not going to, like, lose any of your molasses, okay? Go home. So, if you're home, congrats. If you're on your way home, be safe. If you don't have a home, you got a home. If you don't have a home, what are you doing on your phone? There's, like, go to homes.com or apartments.com. I don't know, go find, you know what I mean? Like, you know, like, go find a place to, like, store your molasses at. I don't know. But, you know, go home. That's where you should be. Home is where the heart is. Home is where the molasses is. Alright, I don't know why it's home molasses, but it's the word that came out of my mouth, and so that's the word we're sticking with, okay? I could have said, like, succotash. My dad, Pops, brought up succotash earlier today. And I was like, that's a fun word. You know, and I even had succotash in my head, too. I was like, let's go with succotash. And then the other part of my head was like, let's go with molasses. I'm like, so that's why we're doing with molasses, okay? So leave me alone. You know? It could have been parsimony. Alright? Alright? Look at you crying over spilt parsimony. Now you're home. All that parsimony. Alright, card 3 is 6 of cups. You want to know what those cups are filled with? Parsimony. Alright, let's look up what Six of Cups is. Uh-huh. Oh man, I love this game. I love this game. I didn't you picked it. Alright, I love this game. So much. Six of Cups. If it has anything to do with parsimony, I'm gonna quit playing with cards. Children in an old garden, their cups filled with flowers. A card of memories and of the past. We're gonna look up the word parsimony in a minute here, and I'm gonna make sure that like that word isn't actually attached to any of this. Because if it is, I'm done. Okay, then we're done. We just did our last reading of the year. Okay, and it's already February 3rd. Okay. Okay, so Six of Cups, children, flowers, cups. All right, a card of memories and of the past. For example, reflecting on childhood, happiness, enjoyment, but coming rather from the past, things that have vanished. Things that'll never happen again. Pogs. Another reading reverses this, suggesting new relations, new environments, and new knowledge. I don't want to play with Pogs again. Basically, this is the retro card. You remember. It's the Member Berries card. Parsimony. We're going to look up parsimony here. Hold on. Parsimony. Some of you probably already looked it up and you're like, it doesn't make any sense. And I'm going to tell you, stop getting in the way of fun. Alright, because I'm going to make it make sense. Maybe I won't. Parsimony. Parsimonious. There's parsimonious. Unwilling to spend money. No, I'm pretty broke. I'm willing to spend my money. Parsimony. Extreme unwillingness to spend money or use it's got nothing. It's not even I thought it was like a plant. It's got nothing. No, I'm cheap. I'm dealing with fake plants here. That's what I'm dealing with. I'm spilling plastic cups over here filled with, what is it? Fake roses, and I'm all crying. Look at me, parsimony. Goodness. Put that away. No crying over fake cups of rose. Get out of here. I love you guys. Parsimony. I don't even know what the hell I was trying to say, parsimony. You know what I mean? Anyhow, let's get out of here. Scroll me home. Let's go get out of here. Let's hang out with our cups of molasses. And according to Lobster somewhere near Detroit, Michigan, we'll have more time together at least. You know, come spring or winter, we'll have more time together. Yay! So scroll me out. Let's and then we'll hang it. We'll hug it out together too. So love you guys so much. You guys are doing great. Let me take a swig of this, and you guys take a swig of whatever you guys are taking a swig of, and we can scroll out. What you got in that bag? For the next show, it's we're definitely Headstrong will take you on back up. We gotta go with a little Trapped, and we're gonna go with some Papa Roach next show. So I'm just letting you guys know that we got that's what's going on. All right. So next, your side's not where you know what I mean? Like I'm just letting you guys know. All right. So let's start it off with Let's get out of here. Go, Herbie. Have a happy Monday, Brock and crew. You too, Herbie. Thank you. Catzilla, have a great day, everyone. You too. HB, bye, everyone. Have a great day. You too, HB. Oreo? Is that? Oh my god. Oh my god. My eye is just like watered up here. Oreo? I love it, Oreo. Good morning, Oreo, and have a great one to you, married Michael. Peace and love, everyone. Except for wait, no, you can't say except for married Laura Divine. Have a fabulous day, all. Classic hydration. You gotta stay hydrated, okay? Clean girl, love, peace, and but you gotta drink water. You can't drink don't drink the Kool-Aid unless there's no Kool-Aid in it and it's just water. Then you can drink the I don't know. Bubblegum Keller, love you, my friend. Glad to see you here. Have a great day, Jimmy. Have a great day, everyone. Jesus Christ. Last beaver I shot into. Oh boy, shot into it. Have a great day, Herbie Von Werby. Much love, fam. Bill D. Much love, fam. Nerd Nature, love you, crew. Super fun on the early eve of your week. Nerd Nature, this is for you. I love your crew. Super profundo on the early eve of your week. Alright, so there you go. Alright, I've been talking when I'm watching wrestling this whole week in kind of like a weird like almost a better Scottish accent. And it's almost like if you just go a little into it, then you're like, oh, okay, maybe it works just a little bit. You know, like Michael Myers, that little bastard, he made it seem as if that's how you have to do it. And you know what? That's kind of how you have to do it. Alright? I'm just saying, nerd nature, I love you. Married Michael Booble, Michael Patterson, Monday. Lucky it comes once a week. Thanks, I guess. Shanti, Brock, and crew, have a great one. Shy Introvert, nice, classic, have a glorious day. Bubblegum with the emotes, Mary emotes, Jesus Christ, see you, Bill. Mojo, much love, Jesus Christ, bye. Niffer, love you, have a beautiful day. Oh my God, excuse me. Bill D, Melody Brown, have a wonderful day. All much love, you too. Jeffrey, we got the hugs. Sandman, have a great day. Jeffrey, you're on the list, by the way. You know what happens. The Wads, have a great day. Married, jump in head first. Michael, bye, Brock. Bye to you. All right, let's get out of here. Get out of here. Jeffrey, this is for you, my friend. All right? Hold on a second. Jeffrey, 1 second. Come on in. This is... All right. Hey, excellent. Let me introduce you to Jeffrey's other self. We all have other selves, obviously. And Jeffrey's other self, I want to give you a hug so that you can take that hug back to Jeffrey, and then Jeffrey can and hug, and you know, because he ordered a hug, so I'm giving him a hug. I'm giving him specific. All right, so we're gonna hug it. I love you, Jeff. Thank you, my friend. I hope you're taking this silly. It's just silly. Besides, your other self looks really nice, you know, really dapper, like well put together, okay? You're a well put together person. I'm gonna like this hug, okay? I'm just gonna tell you, like, I bet Jeffrey's other self gives one heck of a hug, alright? And I'm not gonna try and, like, make Laura Divine, like, all jealous or anything, but here we are. Alright, here we go. On the count of 3, we're gonna hug it all together. We're gonna, okay? I love you guys. Remember, give a hug, you get one back. That's why we're doing this, okay? So, on the count of 3, let's pull the sleeves down. 1, 2, and it's after 1, 2, like after the 3, and then you do the hug. Because if you hug, you know, like the hug early people are like, ah! You know, like, oh no, you know, and then you're a limp arm, you know, and you're like, oh man, they're hugging like the whole entirety of me, you know, but like you're standing there and it's like, oh Christ, you know, there's Jeffrey's other self, just an early hugger, you know, you're like, all right, you know, and you're trying to like pat them on the back, you know, like, okay, cool, you know, and they're like sniffing your armpit, or quit sniffing my armpit, you know, like, you're like, did I put anything, am I wearing, you know, was it the axe today? Am I wearing the axe today? Is that what's going on? You know, and like, okay, and then they like loosen up one arm and you try and get in like that other like half hug, just like try and complete the hug so you don't feel like you just kind of got like mauled. You know, I'm just saying, like, thanks. All right, I'm just okay. That was an early hug. I love you guys. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. Don't early hug, okay? Don't early hug. I was love you guys.